All right, today's video is a big one, but we're gonna take everything that we worked on these past 2 steps, and now we're gonna put it into action by creating all of the things we need for our Dubsado. So hang in there, it's a big one. It will show you everything you need to do, but it's a lot. I'm Lauren with The Smarter Creative. I am helping creative entrepreneurs work smarter in their business instead of harder. And I am so excited to be doing this walkthrough of what it looks like to set up your own Dubsado and the intricacies of it. This is episode 3 of a 4-part series. We started off with all of our settings, and then we went into our client journey. And now we're taking that client journey and pulling out all the different elements we need to create in order to build out our workflows to automate the whole process. Get ready, hang on, I'm gonna take you through it. Let's go. So I have my client journey worksheet to the left that I filled out for a faux branding company. And I have a link to this. It's a freebie down below. And then on the right-hand side is my Dubsado workflow dashboard that I have a link for below to help us guide like what we're doing to build out our Dubsado. So I went ahead and filled this out I just did one service and thought through the client experience for that one service. So I have a branding package, and it includes a full logo, brand guidelines, brand overview. It's $2,500. And my payment plan is 50% due at contract signing and 50% due upon approval. This is all just made up stuff. I want to build my payment plans. Let's see, so I have a 50-50 due at contract signing, and then the other one is due a week before the project ends. Well, that's not true. I want it due upon approval. So this is like just what is in the template to help get you started. So I want to open up this one and change it. So I want it to be due upon brand approval, and we are just gonna do TBD then on when it's due, and I'm gonna clear out all of these guys. I will leave the payment is due today, and I'll leave the payment is past due, and we'll just leave them there. Then I would imagine my contract signing is good. I'm still gonna open it and check it. So it will send reminders when my invoice is not paid. It's perfect. And then my package, I need to make a branding package. And it is a $2,500 package. Full logo with brand guidelines, brand overview, submark, pattern, and more. And then I just typed that all out. Perfect. All right, so now I'm gonna go through, because I got all of that in, my actual client journey of what happens. So we have an email, an invitation to book a discovery call to see if we're a good fit. In that email, I want to send a breakdown of my branding package. Ideally, it's a PDF that I send, and then follow up twice if they haven't booked a call, maybe 2 days later and a week later. So that is the first thing that should happen when a new lead comes in. Now, also, what I don't have on here is the fact that that lead template is actually on my website. So I have a lead capture here. Perfect. I just want to make sure I have that lead capture made. And then I don't have any forms here, but I do have a discovery call. So in my scheduler templates, I have a discovery call, and this is already in your Dubsado Build here. And so this is just what I think it should be, a 30-minute call. That's perfect. Not on Mondays. Love. You could do like only Wednesdays you take discovery calls, whatever it is. I'm going to make this a phone call. It's perfect. I have this send scheduler, which is this book your discovery call. I'm going to open that up and see what it says. Thank you for reaching out. I can't wait to hear more about you and your business. I'd like to schedule to hear more about it. Go ahead, use this link to find a date and time that works for you with the scheduler link. Looking forward to chatting. That's great. I'm going to add, in the meantime, feel free to check out more information about my branding package below. Maybe I'll go branding package here. And then I will make that a hyperlink to my services guide, which ideally is like a PDF stored somewhere. I'm not going to upload it into their portal and send it out because you can only send either a scheduler or a form unless your form is tied to your scheduler, but that's not what I want. I just want them to be able to see pricing. Alternatively, you could have like a pricing page on your website and you could just link to that there. I should have in here some appointment reminders. So I have an appointment confirmation, and this is just a generic appointment confirmation with information on it. And I have a reminder to go out an hour before the call, and this should also be pretty generic. I like the fact that the appointment title is there so that it is more customized to like exactly the call that you have with them. All right, and then I think I just want to rename it to Discovery Call with brand name, and that would be like your actual name, but this is a fake company I'm building this out for, so we're just gonna put brand name. We're gonna come over, so that is my schedule template, and I have the 22 follow-ups if they haven't booked yet. So in canned emails, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new one that is follow up after inquiry. Discovery call. And then maybe this one I actually resend the discovery call, but I'll come back to actually building that out later. You don't have to fill out all this information. And then I'm going to copy that. I'm going to hit my new canned email template. Inquiry 2, no discovery call. And this one, I want to probably like resend the discovery call link. So maybe the first one, I'm just saying like, maybe it's like 2 days later, just, hey, do you have any questions for me? And then this one's like, hey, I really would like to jump on a call with you. Perfect. And so that's all of my inquiry stuff. Okay, so now the next step. So the call happens, and those reminder emails for the call are booked into the actual scheduler. We put those together. So then I send them the proposal. It's tailored to them, but no custom pricing. The proposal includes a contract, an invoice with the 50/50 payment plan created, and also I need to get those project dates cleared with the client at this point. Because I really want to make sure, probably on the phone call, that like their timing for their brand makes sense. So I want to come back over to my build overview, and I want to create a form for my proposal. And that has a contract to it. So I'm going to change it to branding proposal. Wonderful. And then I want my contract to be my branding contract, and I have to send that proposal. So I need a canned email that sends the proposal, and then I probably want some follow-ups here, so I might do 2 follow-ups. Let's see, so we'll go new. So that's perfect. So that is like the next step to get them booked, is like we need them to fill that out. The invoice will be turned on that branding proposal, and we need the contract tied to it. And then, like, what consider them to be booked? Contract gets signed and the deposit has been made. So that's when they're actually like officially booked. And then, oh, this is nice. This kind of stops you here because now we're between your leads to jobs, and it is one of the different funnels for your leads and jobs. And I just kind of brainstormed some here. If we go back over to our general to-dos, I have project statuses listed here. So I have inquiry received, call booked, proposal sent, waiting on payment. I'm not going to do a referral program, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that guy. Current client, I'm not selling a course. I'm going to delete that. I don't have a referral program, but I do have previous job and follow-up. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I have 2 job types and 4 leads to help see it tracking. You could have it instead being like an upcoming client and like current client, current job, work, whatever makes sense to your brain, but I want to see all my clients in one here. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so now they're booked. What happens? So I need a branding questionnaire to go out and a welcome guide to go out. All right, well, those, I know I want those to be forms. So I'm going to come back over and like just brain dump my forms. So I need a welcome guide. And I like using welcome guides because it kind of walks them through the process of like what to expect. So this is just going to be a questionnaire. And then I want a branding questionnaire. And that is also just a questionnaire. Great. And I need to call. Okay, so wait. So the branding questionnaire goes out and a welcome guide goes out. Well, guess what? I need emails to send those out. So this is like, there's so many steps to this. This is why we're just gonna, yes, do it this way. So send welcome guide, new client. And I want to send branding questionnaire. Great. And now I need to schedule a call to review the branding questionnaire. So while I'm here, I'm just gonna create a new canned email that is request to book a branding review session. And I need to send a scheduler here, but guess what? I don't have that here, so I can just click over and I'm gonna create a new guy here, and this is going to be the review branding questionnaire, and you can fill out all this information here, or you can wait. I'm going to wait and do it when I actually book it, but this one starts to put it all together for you. And that we need to then, I'm going to go ahead and link the send scheduler to, I can search request to book the branding review session, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'll use the same appointment confirmations as what's here. You can create custom ones if you wanted to be like, be sure to have, like, if your branding questionnaire, you want to make sure that they have their form filled out for their branding. You want to be sure they're on their computer if you're going to share a screen, whatever. You can create custom confirmation reminder emails to make sure like you are clearly communicating what you need from them for that appointment. Lovely. Okay, so we can call review, and now we have round 1 of branding questionnaire goes out with feedback, round 2 goes out, and then we have a final design. So these are going to be forms. So I want forms, and we can also come from here and we can go right from this tab as well. So I want the round 1 branding questionnaire. Perfect. And this is going to be just a questionnaire. And then I want round 2 branding questionnaire here. Perfect. And then I have a final design goes out as subcontract. So I want a new, and y'all, just side note, this default, you can make it so that this is always the default for all views, which is ideal. I did this across the board, but when I share it as a template, it does not, that setting does not switch over for you. So I'm sorry, but you can make it the default when you create a new one. Just a side note. Okay, so this is final design approval. And then this one, I want to be a subcontract. Wonderful. And what that just means is like they're going to actually give an okay. You have a little bit more, like you can actually have them physically sign off on it to approve it. It gives you more just legality around like the fact that they approved this final branding for you. Perfect. So then I need emails to go out with those 3 as well. So my canned emails here. I'll probably use the same one for both of those like questionnaires. I want 2 separate questionnaires because I'm going to word those forms a little bit differently. Like, hey, here's your first round. Next, we're going to go into a second round before your final approval. If you're good with first round approval, we will go right into final approval, but you do get another round of edits. So just clearly communicating what the expectations are for you and between your client. Perfect. That will send out that subcontract. All right, so when does the client work conclude? Once the final design is approved, the final invoice is due, and the final deliverables need to then be put together. And I just have a note, like maybe a video and a link to files. Okay, so we need to create an email that is a thank you for approving, final payment now due, and we will send the invoice with that. And then we want to send like their final deliverables. So I'll go ahead and just create the email for it. Send final files. And then I need that questionnaire because I want it to be a form. So I'm going to do a final files questionnaire. Lovely. Okay, so maybe 3 days after deliverables go out, ask for feedback/review. So this is like after the project has ended, what do we do? So ask for feedback/review. If you want to ask for feedback and have them actually give it to you, you can either have a feedback form, you can just send them to, like maybe there's a specific website you really want reviews on, you could do that. So I'm going to create a new canned email that is ask for feedback. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new feedback form. And this is a questionnaire. And then 1 month later, ask for referrals when branding is completed. So I'll just create a new canned email and ask for referrals after project completed, 30 days. And that's it. Okay, we just outlined our client journey. Woohoo! Okay, now we need to go ahead and build this stuff out. All right, so let's do that. So I have my faux Dubsado pulled up here, and I'm going to start to build. So I'm not going to touch our workflow builder. We're going to hit on that next week, but I am going to start to build out all of these guys. So I have a payment plan. So let's go over to, we're working all in our templates. So payment plans, and I'm going to make me smaller so I'm less in your way. Stick me down here. Okay, we'll see if that works. Okay, so we're going to do payment plans. I have a 50/50. I want to edit this because this isn't right. 50/50, I'm going to say contract signing TBD because truly that is TBD upon their approval. So I click into this. I'm going to say the relative due date is 0 days after the contract has been signed by the client. You can divide equally or you can do a percentage. The divide equally will be based on how many different installments you have. And I want reminders. So let's see, I need a invoice. Oh, my invoice not paid is not there. So if I come into this guy, here's my first canned email. And this is where having it already being here is helpful. So I'm going to write a new canned email. I'm going to drop this in. I'm going to drop it in. If you do like a Control-Shift-Paste, it'll actually like keep those line breaks and things. And let me grab my subject line. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this as my title of the canned email. And I'm going to add a couple more. I'm just going to look at it. I love it. So I'm going to save it and apply it. All right. So I don't actually want that sent the same day of it. I actually want this to be one day after the due date. So they sign the contract and then the next morning, this is going to go out to remind them. All right. So then if we go back here, I have 3 days after the due date to fill out the invoice not paid number 2. So 3 days. And apply. And then go back. Okay, then I have a third one. So that's 7 days after contract signing. So we'll go ahead and add another reminder. So that's the first one, and then the second, due upon brand approval. Let me go ahead and open this guy up. So I have a due today and past due. So this is going to be TBD. I'm just going to go ahead and divide equally. Perfect. And then I do have a due today reminder. That's perfect. 0 days, 9 a.m. Love it. And then I'm going to send a past due. Let's see if there's one there. Past due. There is 3 days after the due date. Lovely. And that'll automatically follow up. And I'm just going to come over to those canned emails and look at those 2 canned emails. So due today. Your payment is due today. Friendly reminder is due. I hate it when that date is in there. Is due today. Please access your invoice below to complete your payment. Thank you. Love it. That's great. Save and close. And then the past due. Your payment is, I'm just going to say, is past due. Please access your invoice below to complete your payment. Let me know if you are having any issues with the payment processor. And maybe you want to change this to like, alert, your payment is past due. Lovely. Perfect. So that is, guess what? That's done. Bam. We just built all that. And I just built out those emails as well. So we can go done here. We built out. There are more canned emails in this than you might need, but they are all there for you if you want them. Okay, so let's build out our package. So I'm gonna go packages. They've got some sample packages here. I'll just leave those. I'm gonna add. We're gonna call it the branding package. Do a new line item, custom branding. This would be the description of like what's included. So we're gonna do one. It's 2,500. I do not have tax on it since it's a service, and I'm going to add a new category, and we're gonna call it branding for a service. Create. Add that item to the package, and I have my custom package done. Wonderful. Done. Let's go ahead and build out our schedulers. So we only have 2 schedulers to make. come over here. We have 2 samples already loaded in, but I'm just going to start from scratch. So I'm going to say discovery call with brand name. My appointment duration, this is only going to be 30 minutes. It can be scheduled. I'm going to say a rolling date range of like 45 days. So this is once it's applied to the project, how many days in the future can it be booked? So if you don't book your discovery call within 45 days with me, I'm assuming we're not working together, and I don't really want you to see my calendar after that. Location is going to be, I'll call you. And then you can have this canned email. This would be like the send discovery call canned email. We just don't have it written out yet. So I'm just gonna save this while we're here. And I'm gonna go over to advanced. I'm gonna prevent booking. Let's see what I wrote here. Just 45 days, busy, no video conferencing. So I'm going to prevent booking 24 hours in advance, create a buffer. I don't need to block any time before. I'll block 15 minutes after in case it goes long. 30-minute increments is great, and they can use it one time. This is greetings from your name. And then here's the confirmation, and I don't have those canned emails set up yet. So I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to save and canned emails. Reminder. And I'm going to change this to 1 hour. I also like to go ahead and add your conferencing link just in case it is a video call. And this one, because it's in 1 hour, I really don't want them to be able to reschedule or cancel on their own. I will just say kindly shoot me an email ASAP to let me know. And then maybe chat soon. Perfect. Customize. And then the appointment confirmation, you have one here. I'll go ahead and copy this, but I'm gonna create my own. And then here is a neat guy. Please add this appointment to your calendar. And this is a URL that will encourage them to put it on their own calendar, which is huge. Your calendar that is on your scheduler, like your scheduler that ends up on your calendar, is not the same as the one that your client has. They have to add their own. So I don't want my brand name, I want my email signature. And here is where I would do if you want to cancel. And then those are the buttons. Perfect. Save and close. And then let's go ahead and grab a send scheduler. So I want to do a new canvas. I'll just say send discovery call. Thank you for your interest with, I'm going to do brand name. And I'm going to do an emoji. Perfect. So I'm going to go hi. I did not have this pre-written out. Sure did. Okay. Thank you, I can't wait to hear more about you and your business. I'd like to schedule a quick discovery call to hear more about it. Go ahead and use... So that's the scheduler link. We need to send a scheduler call. In the meantime, feel free to check more information about my branding package here. And this is where we would go ahead and insert a link and then like your Google Drive file would go there. You would just link it there. I always open a new tab and insert, and then that is good to go. Lovely. So now if we go back to our scheduler, advanced, we have our confirmation email, confirmation here, perfect. And then our notification, we're gonna go ahead and add. So this is gonna happen 1 hour, and this is reminder in 1 hour, add, perfect. And if we go back to our basic, we now have the email for send your discovery call. Perfect. So let me go ahead and do that for the review breeding questionnaire. Just realized that my conferencing is not turned on. So my calendar settings, my conferencing, and now enable it. Okay, cool. And I now have my Google Meet enabled, so I'll go back to my scheduler and keep going. You can always change what happens here. So if you do not want any calls on Mondays, you'll hit that X to take those times off, and then you hit all Mondays, and it updates that scheduler for there. I'm gonna do the same thing with my discovery call. No Mondays, please. Perfect. So that will never be available for a Monday call. And then I need this request to book here. I always like to use a canned email, especially if I don't have one drafted, now that I already have, so I don't have to hit all the links again. So I'm gonna hit request to book branding review session. Go back to my scheduler, add that to it. Okay, so I have some of these follow-up discovery emails that need to get created. So let me just go and make those. All right, so that is schedulers are created, payment plans are created. Now I have forms to build. So forms, I always come out to my template library, start with what we got. I have a feedback form. So let's search to see if there is there we go, general feedback. Love it. Let's go ahead and preview it, copy it to our account. Perfect. Tell us we want to know what your experience, great, name, business name, email, review your experience, any feedback, leave us a Facebook review. Thank you. Great. You can edit this however you want to. I'm going to change this to feedback form and go ahead and close it. So my feedback form is done. I have a final files. So this is like a sample design proof. Final design approval for the subcontract. So final sample proof. I'm going to duplicate this guy and make him a questionnaire. So you can just literally drag it over. Okay, so your logo would go here. Make all your forms. I will show you the end result. I'm not going to do this with you on the line. And then you go through and you finish all of your emails that we had created. So I will go ahead and plug all of our ones that we talked through. So all of these guys I'm going to plug in, and then all of our forms I'm going to create. And once that is done, so once all of those steps are done, then we're ready for what's next. All right, I know that was a lot. I stopped with the form building because there's so many things to it. When we go to build out the workflows and the tests, I'll show you what it looks like maybe if you really want to see them. Maybe I'll do another episode about form building. Let me know if you want to see it down below, but really those forms are whatever you need them to be. There's so many options with them, especially with the new form builder. But if you loved what I use, that walkthrough of the Notion template that like kind of you checklist off things and they tied together and it all just like walks you through, there is a link down below to get it for yourself. There is a limited price if you're watching it. It is going to go up in dollars. So if you're watching this and you love it, go ahead and grab it now. It is truly has made such a difference for me when I work with my clients, when I am redoing my own services and workflows. It has just been so amazing to help get what's in my head into like on paper, because sometimes it's easier, like I know it's digital paper, but still it's easier to get it all written out before you bring it into your Dubsado. It's easy to lose track of what's happened in Dubsado, and I just love the fact that you can check off done, I did that part, done, I did that part, done, I did that part. And what I did not show you is back on the main dashboard side, you actually have like a level of completedness. So it'll tell you like you are 100% done with building out your packages or your forms or your calendars. So if you're somebody that likes to see a progress bar and how close you are to an end goal, it is amazing for that. If all of this, if you are just still so overwhelmed inside of your Dubsado and looking at this process just made you more overwhelmed, I am here for you. This is what I do for a living. I love coming into your Dubsado and organizing it and putting it all together, doing everything that we just did. I do that for you in a VIP day or a full Dubsado build, depending on how many services that you have to do. And I would love to do that for you. I have a clarity call link down below. I would just love to chat with you to see if we're a good fit. What you see is what you get here. So this is who I am. And I love taking a busy entrepreneur's business and creating order and systems and process and structure to it so that you don't have to spend the mental energy on it. You can just like let your business be running without you having to like be running in circles. So that's what I do. And then if you need help, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week for part 4.